All right. Today, drum roll. We're continuing the story of Elisha and somebody else. And his name is Naaman. Not a horseman, Naaman, but just Naaman. Okay. Even though the horse does says Nay.
Rhymes with Nathan.
Nathan? No, not Nathan either.
It rhymes with him.
Nathan is a Nathan man. This one is just Naaman.
He's a baker man.
So listen carefully. This is what happened. A long time ago, in a country far, far, far away, there lived a beautiful princess. Oh, sorry, that's a wrong story. In a far, far away land, there lived an ugly army commander by the name Naaman. Naaman, the commander of the Syrian army, yes, he's from Syria, was a valiant soldier and highly regarded by his king, but he had one little problem, and his problem was, what was it?
A skin disease.
Yes, pimples. Pimples. Not pimples. Pimples is what teenagers have. He had something much worse. He had a skin disease like leprosy. And if you know leprosy, people were really, really afraid of leprosy because it's kind of contagious. If you have it and you stay near another person, that person can have it too. So he had to stay away from his family, away from his job, because he was contagious with the skin disease. He actually he had to stay away from everybody, alone, or maybe with other people who have skin disease too. His wife had a servant girl from Israel who had been captured on one of the raids into Israel. And this girl says, the Israel girl, if only my master would see the prophet who is in Samaria, he would cure him of his disease. She speaks about Elisha, of course, and says that Elisha can help Naaman. Naaman is her master. She's a slave girl. My wife has given me a report of a prophet in Israel who can heal and do miraculous works of God. May your servant investigate. He says, can I go and actually see if there is such a prophet who can heal me? And the king, who loved Naaman or respected him, considered him a friend, said, by all means go, and I will send a letter to the king of Israel. Naaman set out for Israel, carrying 750 pounds of silver, 150 pounds of gold, and 10 sets of fine clothing. So lots of money he took together with him in hopes of being healed by Elisha, the prophet Elisha. What will happen? We will find out tomorrow. Now let's read about the faithful slave girl, because that's the focus of our lesson today. Joanna, sure. Joanna, can you read it to us?
The faithful slave girl. Naaman was a commander in the
Syrian army.
And was respected by the king because he had won many battles, but Naaman had a problem. He had a terrible skin disease, which caused a slow and horrible death. In one of their raids against Israel, the Syrian army had captured and brought back an Israeli slave. Among them was a little girl who ended up as a servant of Nehemiah's wife.
Naaman's.
One day, he said to her,
Mistress,
if only my master could go to the prophet in Israel, he would be cured for his disease. When Nehemiah heard about the prophet in Israel, he went to the king and told him what the girl had said. The king of
Aram
immediately wrote a little letter to the king of Israel and said to Naaman, go to Israel and and take this letter with you.
That's right. The king who respected him. Syrian army. Why is it Aram here? Maybe it's a different name of Syria. I'm not sure. Okay. The question for us today is, can my faith be strong enough? Strong even though I'm young? I'm not young, but you are young, right? Can your faith be strong even though you're young? That's a good question. Does faith grow with age? Does it mean that the older you get, the more faith you have, or the stronger your faith is? Let's read to find out. And the person who doesn't usually read is, I'll ask Rayendra. Rayendra doesn't usually read to us. Can you read for us, Rayendra, today?
Okay, sir.
Start then.
Can my faith be strong even though I'm young? Would you have dared to be as brave as the young servant girl? Naaman was a commander of a big army, and he didn't become commander by being nice. The girl probably didn't even know the name of the prophet in Israel, or whether he would heal someone from Syria. She simply trusted God. The girl knew that it is easy for God to do those things that seem impossible to do. She had faith. God gave her the confident assurance
Yeah.
to tell her mistress about the prophet, although she knew in her heart
She knew that she would be in big trouble.
If her master came back unhealed. She was obedient to God's voice in her heart. There was absolutely no doubt in her mind that God could heal her master. Faith is simply trusting God.
That's right. Let's read the verse for today together. Ready, go. Jesus replied, if you have faith,
If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mulberry tree, be uprooted and planted in the sea, and it will obey you. Luke 17:16. And it will obey you. Luke 17:6.
Good job reading. Yes, that's what faith is. Faith is just trusting God, not doubting in your heart that God can do amazing things. That's what faith is. Anybody knows or anybody seen some miracles that took place because of the faith that you have, because of the trust in God? Somebody want to tell us about the miracles they've seen? Come on. Come on, don't be shy. Joanna? Or Nathan? Tell us.
Happened.
What happened?
It all happened.
It all happened?
Sir, I have one. Question mark.
Wait.
I have one.
Joanna, Nathan, what they started saying something. I didn't get it. What?
A miracle that you have seen or happened to you? Question mark.
I cannot hear. What?
Saying, sir.
All right. Who has one? Atara, you have one?
Yes.
Okay, tell us.
Our Father God healed.
That's nice. Instantly? It took some time?
Yes, took some time.
Cool.
Why do we have last
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Tell me. Gayan.
I wasn't able to come tomorrow to school for the last dress rehearsal because my father is going to Kalani, and then now he's telling that my Punji will come and pick me up so that I can go to the rehearsal.
Hooray. Did you pray hard for that to happen? And God answered your prayer.
Yeah.
That's nice. Anyone else?
Sir, same thing happened to me.
Like what?
I wasn't able to come, so but I managed.
That's
Lord
nice.
helped me.
Good job managing it. God helped you. God answered your prayer. Anyone else? I guess we have a lot of opportunity to practice our faith. Let's not doubt. Whenever you hear about somebody who is sick or somebody who needs your prayers, just pray for them, trusting God and believing that He can answer your prayer. Because when you trust Him like a little baby, little children, they trust without doubting, right? That's what's beautiful about children. That's why I like children, because they are so, well, they're not perfect, because children can be very, very naughty. You know that better than I do. Very naughty, but still they're very sincere and open-hearted and open-minded too. And Jesus said, unless you become like one of these little children, you cannot enter the kingdom of God. We have to have a faith like children do, without doubting, without having second thoughts, without saying, no, that's impossible, just trusting. That's what faith is. And then you will see miracles happen. Really. You will see miracles happen on Friday when we come all together to school for the anniversary event. It's going to be a miracle of celebration, because we haven't been celebrating anything like this for a very, very, very long time, more than 3 years. It was really.
Oh, yeah.
And finally, we're going to try, hopefully, there's going to be a miracle of not having a power cut, maybe. Or a miracle of having a lot of fun in spite of a power cut, for example. Right? But we will see some miracles. I'm sure about that. But Joanna and Nathan, don't fight. What are you fighting about?
He's trying to off the video, but I don't like to off the video.
Teenagers, teenagers.
I'm not a teenager.
Exactly. That's why your camera, you try to turn it on. You keep it on, but he turns it off. Yeah. That's what everybody, don't look at me. That's what teenagers do. Yes. I'm not joking. Really, that's what they do. Some of you are in grade 3 and 4 and 5. Wait till you get to grade 8. Then you will be just like them. Don't look at me.
Yes, of course.
Yes. Wait till you get there. I'm telling you, it will happen. It's nature, I'm gonna stop the recording and I'll tell you the truth about growing up.